Hello. I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in Running to Write, where I give questionable writing advice through running metaphors. Today, I'm going to expand on my time management strategies for writing while also maintaining a full-time job. This is important and difficult enough that I'm devoting 2 whole episodes to the topic. Let me start by saying that I love writing. But when I devote multiple days exclusively to write, it feels like a chore with diminishing returns. I start out strong with 10,000 word days, and then by day 3 and 4, I'm more likely to be scrubbing the floor or handling some other household maintenance task that needs to be done. Meaning, as I am right now, I don't have the conditioning to be a full-time author without changing the way I think. My point is, I won't be quitting my day job, so I need to budget my time and interest levels so as to not burn out on my hobby. Take running. It's another activity I absolutely love, yet there are plenty of days where I cut a workout short or skip it entirely. Already this year, I've experienced multiple days where it hurts to wake up at 6 a.m. and go running for 7 or 8 miles before work. I've also cut runs short because my body wasn't reacting like I wanted it to, or when I recognized that the cold was dulling my senses and I was doing more harm by continuing. In much the same way, I need to recognize when my writing habits are hindering me more than they're helping. Here are 5 more strategies I've used to write while working a full-time job. Number 1, prioritize your time. Maybe don't start a new Authortube channel if you want to finish writing an 80,000 word novel by next month. Life is already a balancing act with work, so adding new burdens become more things you need to juggle. When I'm on a long run, I don't add a full sprint workout into the middle. I have enough problems running without mixing conflicting goals. Figure out what matters most to you and let the rest fall behind. Do you want to have a spotless house, or do you want to finish writing the next 2 chapters? Do you want to hang out with your friends? Because that also conflicts with your clean house and writing goals. I know that when I set aside a massive writing block, that my house will get a little bit dirtier. When I hit my limit, those will completely reverse, where I will be cleaning for days as my writing is negatively impacted. When a friend comes in from out of town, I know that I will throw aside my entire writing schedule or daily tasks to clean my house so that we can have fun together and enjoy one another's time. Number 2, establish work boundaries. Define when work starts and ends. Especially now with so many people working from home, the temptation to put in a few extra hours to finish your tasks is ever present. I've been guilty of working through dinner due to a time crunch or a problem dropped in front of me. Be disciplined to walk away when your hours are over. Work the job you have with the constraints they give you. Also, I mentioned this in my last video, but I'll do so again here. Don't write while on the clock, as that's an unethical use of time. Number 3, take advantage of work flexibility. To expand on my staycation comments from last week, those were a chosen trade-off between getting more time off and working overtime. Instead of being paid 1.5 times salary for working overtime, my company offered to get 3 additional days off, which I chose to accept as it helped out my company and managed to give me a staycation. Also, I've heard of people in my industry taking pay cuts to work fewer hours. If you already know that you have difficulty writing after a long day at work, then consider looking into whether your company offers a 10-4 plan. That is where you work 10-hour days for 4 consecutive days and get a 3-day weekend each week. That will be perfect for writing. Look into what job benefits and options are available to you to reclaim some of that work-life balance. Number 4, understand yourself and your writing style. Set realistic limits and timelines. Devoting an hour to writing after working a long 12-hour day or a demoralizing 8-hour one can do more harm than good. By pushing too hard, you can start to resent a hobby you used to thrive on. During that overtime period, I was doing little else but working, eating, and running. Though that lasted roughly 2 weeks, it took me well over a month before I got in any decent writing sessions following. I was too mentally exhausted to focus, And during what little downtime I had, I didn't want to look at a computer even for writing. And lastly, number 5, recognize writing is not easy. I'm sorry if at any point in my videos I made it seem otherwise. I have rearranged my schedule to write, but I frequently have to overcome a sense of burnout. My industry churns and burns people, and I use writing as a way to relax and align myself. There are countless days where I don't have the energy to write, or rant, or do much of anything. That's okay. Plenty of long runs have kicked my ass, leaving me unwilling to move or passing on the couch for an hour because I pushed my body too hard. When I am physically exhausted from work and workouts and life, I know that I'm unlikely to get in a good mental exercise of writing. To the person who can wake up 2 hours before work to get a good writing session in, pack your kids' lunch, get to work on time, and come home to get dinner ready, more power to you. That is not me. My best writing sessions are Saturdays, where I'll wake up early to go for a run, come back home and read, and then set aside a block of time to write. During the week, work takes priority, which means those smaller writing sessions may end up being busts. I'll adapt my time as best I can to fit in writing, but that is not easy. Those are 5 more strategies to stay sane while working full-time and writing on the side. A few more words of advice. Don't let work or writing consume your life. Engage in your other hobbies and do more than growl at the people you live with. I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in Running to Write. If you enjoy what I do here, then please hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you really enjoy it, then share this video with your friends. Let me know in those comments about your writing struggles. We are a wonderfully embracing community, and sharing our problems shows that we're not alone. I do things on Instagram and Twitter, but that is much less important to sharing our struggles. See you next time. Until then, take a mental health day to do whatever you want. And write only if you choose to.